What the fuck is up, y'all? This is Kreyz McKormik up in this motherfucking bitch. And I still gotta do this thing with the microphone because my other microphone is busted. But at least it sounds good and I look like a fucking rapper. So we out here, fam. Just decided to fucking get up on here. A couple of things that I wanted to fucking get at is I'm still suffering with juggalitis for one, and you know that's what the case may be. But okay, so I know tripping balls. What up? Where the hell have you been? So with that being said, let me go ahead and go with the shilling. I look like Fred Durst. Nah, motherfucker. I gotta have the hat backwards, and I gotta cry when I fucking talk all the time. You're rolling. Nah, this is more comfortable. So, why am I rapping? Because I can, motherfucker. If you don't like it, then that's another reason for me to rap, because you don't like it. So, you know, eat a dick and fuck you. So let's go ahead with the gross shilling. Patreon is available. So we got a $1, a $5, a $10, and a $17 Patreon. The $1 is just access to the Patreon exclusive content. I still have yet to work on a podcast up on that bitch. Hold on. Juggalitis is a motherfucker. The $5 is a shout out for every video that I do on all of my channels. Some of those motherfuckers invested the $5 is Spooky Tuesday, Roots, Rick So Rude, and D Venom. So those motherfuckers are getting shout outs every time I do this type of shit. The $10 one actually is actually supposed to be a portal to an exclusive room in my Discord, although nobody's willing to pay the $10, which I don't care. But the $17 is you get to have a conversation with me via Skype or Google Hangout. And if you use Google Hangout, then you can record the fucking Hangout. You get me for at least a half an hour. Just get in touch with me in any of my social media formats if you're a part of that. You know, hit me up on Messenger, hit me up on Twitter, hit me up on whatever the fuck. You know, get it, you know, slide into my fucking DMs and we work something out. So the only person that's actually doing that right now, I just got, like, I've been trying to work with him in order to try to get something going on to get that done, and I think we might be able to fucking lock that in tonight, and it's once a month, half hour, guaranteed. Even if I don't like where the conversation's going, I have a minimum of a half hour with that motherfucker. T-shirts are also available. If you go into the links below, into the description, you'll see Teespring link. Go there. You could buy my fucking merchandise. And let's see what else is available right now is... Oh, yeah, because of that fucking thing up there. Super Chat on this channel is available. STREAMLABs is available. And we are not only competing for who's king of STREAMLABs, who's king of the Super Chat, but who's also the stream boss, which right now is D Venom at 102 hit points. So knock that motherfucker out the ballpark, and you will be the next stream boss with an additional 17 hit points. So whoever is the next stream boss is going to have 119 hit points, making it a little bit more difficult for that motherfucker to get knocked down. I remember one of the last few episodes that I did, man, we had a little bit of trouble and shit. I think it was Juanito Ackerman that was a stream boss, and something fucked up, so I had to work things around. And also, when it concerns, I might as well throw this in here, when it concerns the Streamlabs, when it concerns the Super Chat, if you go into the description, scroll down a little bit, you'll be able to see some specialties for, like, I think, like what, $3.50, $5, $7, $10, you know, even $20, which I want to see somebody do the $20, because that to me is fucking hilarious. That one is going to be absolutely funny. hell to the fuck no, Echo Side Fiend. There is no way that that's going to happen. Now, one thing that I did actually want to bring up when it concerns, since I talked about the grossness, there was one thing that I actually wanted to get into, and that is because, obviously, other than trying to utilize this to entertain you motherfuckers, it is helpful in a way for me to get paid doing this type of stuff. And, because that helps me, that helps the channel. So listen, Tucker's telling everybody, if Crazy gets $20, I'm punching myself in the nards. This better be live and have everybody at least be able to watch it for 24 hours before you take it off the internet. So, because I want to see Tucker punch himself in the nards. And then after that, I'll turn that into a $30 Super Chat Streamlabs little fucking highlight reel of him just constantly punching himself in the nards. And then people will start paying me $30 because Tucker wanted to be an asshole. If I pay you $17, will you hang out with me? Unfortunately, that would not be the case. You'd have to pay me $17, like at least a minimum of fucking 20 times in order for me to buy a flight ticket to go over there. I mean, I know it's a 3-hour drive to go over to Detroit and hang out with Violent George and shit, but motherfucker, I'm trying to get paid. Now, anyways, I wanted to fucking talk about something. I ended up taking a look at my AdSense today, and last month it ended at like $87 and shit. And last month I was rather lazy. I ended up falling off the face of the planet, and because of that, like I ended up doing one show, and I ended up getting a couple Streamlabs up on that bitch. And so my AdSense as of right now is sitting on $91, and you have to have a minimum of 100 after fucking YouTube takes out their share. Because, they got to take at least 55% out of everybody so that way they can fuck around in their offices and delete Monkey Jones for no fucking reason. Because they get paid to fucking do that shit. That was one thing that really pissed me off. I just found out about that the other day. Like, I've never heard of Monkey Jones, but the shit that YouTube is doing, it seems to me like they have a personal vendetta against this guy. But nevertheless, though, all I need basically at this given point in time is like a minimum of $15 super chatted over my way, and then after that I get $100 next month. So that actually sounds pretty cool to me. Which would really help too, because the account that shit is linked to, it would actually do very well and give me some gas money so I can fucking work. Or give me gas money so that way I can drive over to Saginaw and fucking hang out with Madness. Because that's actually the key issue. But first, let me go through and fucking talk about some shit when it concerns the title of this episode, which is I wanted to talk about Replicon Radio. So I go on, I find out about Replicon Radio, that they're doing the annual fucking thing that they always do, and the polls and all that, so that way you can get your Replicon Award. And there's only one fucking thing that I actually care about in all of this, and that is the podcast radio YouTuber, that bracket. So I ended up looking through, and I ended up seeing that they have the Hookup, they got Rocks TV, they got the Creep Show, the Beard Speaks, Ashtrays and Action Figures, Replicon Radio themselves, because they actually feel like they're high up in that caliber. To be able to fucking mingle with Ashtrays and Action Figures, or the Creep Show, or the Juggalo Show, and the Sex Files. And then they have the Juggalo Show as well, Tales from the Lotus Podcast, which I thought that was fresh, Wicked 101, the Sex Files, and then the cringe at the bottom of the fucking barrel, which ends up being the Boy Blue 91982. And I said to myself, what the fuck is Blue doing up on there? Why the fuck is the boy Blue on this list? Is it because Child's Play Ninja told them that he didn't want anything to do with it? So what? They just decided to go on YouTube and find the lowest fucking common denominator in all of this shit, and they decide to put in the boy Blue 91982. There's a lot of other YouTubers that have actually put in some fucking work over here. Carnival Spirits is one of them. And a lot of the other stuff that Carnival Spirits does outside of Carnival Spirits, all of the fucking Carnival Spirits members have been doing shit on the outside. What about Brooklyn Menace? Brooklyn Menace has been putting shit down. Roxy Riddlebox has actually been putting some shit down. You know? I mean, Tales from the Lotus podcast, I can understand because they fucking blew the fuck up over in less than a year. They're already at over 1,000 fucking subscribers. And they're working on doing all of this other stuff. Rox TV, I can understand because they're putting in work. Not just on the internet, but they're also fucking booking shows and stuff like that. That's what I thought exactly. Was that the only reason why the boy Blue 91982 is on there is a fucking joke. But the realization is that it's Replicon that's a fucking joke. Why would you put something on there that's supposed to be serious and fucking put it up on there as a joke? Have you taken a look at some of the polls? Right, where's the love for Not Slim 1? You know, he does his podcast show, Positive Vibes. He does that shit. Now, the last person that I would want to include is me, because, you know, then that makes it sound like sour grapes. But what about me? What about Crazy? I've been fucking putting podcasts up on there. I've been keeping tabs on the fucking internet. I've been putting shit down too. You know, this channel. You know what it all boils down to? You know what I think it is? There is such a significant difference between Child's Play Ninja and the boy Blue 91982. And they hate CPN. Like, when CPN approached them at the gathering, I'm sure that it was all daps and all that other shit. But when it concerns the polar opposite of Child's Play Ninja, it has to be the boy Blue 91982. What the fuck has Blue done in the last 10 years that actually awards him the availability to be voted on the Replicon polls? What has he been doing? Like, what is it? A 2-minute live stream 7 times a day on 9 different fucking channels each? Begging people for fucking money? Is that what you have to do in order to get on the Replicon polls? That's the shit that infuriated me. There are so many other YouTubers that belong on that fucking cast. Myself included. I have done more shit in the last year with my channel, this one alone, and I have 4 channels. And in this channel alone, I have done more, made more, and have gotten a higher response from the audience than the boy Blue has in the last 5 years. Getting drunk and sitting in your mom's basement with no intention of fucking going out and making something better of yourself. That is what it takes in order for you to fucking get on these Replicon polls? Freaky P, what the fuck are you smoking? Are you smoking Jeffries right now? Over this shit? Now, like I said, it's not sour grapes. It's just the realization that that dude is up on there. I honestly have to say it. I feel bad for the boy Blue up on this bitch. And the reason why I say that, take a look at the fucking polls, for Christ's sake. How the fuck is it that the write-ins are actually getting more votes than the boy Blue? But then again, the boy Blue actually has more fucking votes than the Sex Files. Now, I said this last year. No disrespect to Keegan the creep ass. I love Keegan. But to me, the Sex Files is kind of fucking boring. Thank you, Ecoside Fiend. That is another fucking person that should have been put up on there. Is DC Fago guy. What the fuck did they think was going to happen? That was some funny shit. Nobody cares about the boy Blue. DC Fago guy should have been up on there. If Blue includes any Juggalo content, it's because he's trying to sell something. And that's the God's to honest truth. Tucker, there is a world of difference when it concerns Blue being popular and Blue being infamous. He's famous or infamous, and that's the God's to honest truth. He's not popular because of positive things that he's doing. He's popular because people fucking talk about him because of the dumb shit that he's been doing ever since he's been a fucking YouTuber. The shit that he fucking does. Let's go down the list, shall we? Let's see. He flipped out one time off camera and fucking beat his girl. He doesn't take care of his fucking kids. When online, he's basically talking about how his 2 daughters are his absolute fucking world. He gets drunk. He gets high. He has absolutely no fucking intention about he has no fucking intention about going out and bettering himself. He begs people for money so that way he can get drunk. He complains and complains about all of the shit that fucking goes on YouTube, and he blames the algorithm changes into the stuff that he does. I have not done any real fucking changes on my channel whatsoever. And look at the amount of people that are sitting here in the live chat. I don't even know how many people are fucking watching right now, but I can guarantee you that I've got more in less than 20 minutes than what Blue could get in 3 days. Hashtag poop dollar. I'll agree to that. But like I said, it's not fucking sour grapes or anything like that. Like, no, he didn't beat his girl online. Like, he beats his girl offline. And then he fucking makes it look like he's on, when he's online, everything's fucking happy, goody, and jolly. The problem with everything that goes on with the boy Blue is that he's on here and his only intention is just to scrape up enough change out of fucking people donating to him on Facebook Messenger, so that way he could go out and get some fucking Steel Reserve and then get up on here and act a goddamn fool. And it makes the rest of the Juggalo community fucking look bad because of how popular he used to be. It used to be, if you fucking did a YouTube search for the word Juggalo, Blue would pop right up. He would probably be one of the first 5 fucking links in the list of people that he was up on there. And people would watch that shit and see the stuff that he fucking says, see the fucking stuff that he does, which is really nothing, and then that puts a bad taste in everybody's mouth. As a matter of fact, I'm actually glad that his fucking main channel was destroyed. I don't know who fucking did it, but kudos to you, motherfucker. But anyways, like I was saying, it's not sour grapes when it concerns the boy Blue being up on there, because all it's going to do is just show how much of a fucking loser he is again. As a matter of fact, I don't know how long this poll has been up, but it's got 15 fucking votes for the boy Blue. Tales from the Lotus podcast has 23 of the votes with 249. And I also wanted to come up in here and talk about some of the comments that have been put up on this poll. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of fucking people that want to make sure that Child's Play Ninja has something up in here. I mean, you've got people like Max Rebo that are, that's voted for CPN in the others section. You can, I have 1 vote, and that to me says something as much as far as I'm concerned. What up, throw shit? As far as I'm concerned, see, I always thought there was something off about him, but I figured I was being paranoid. No, you're not being paranoid. Everybody fucking sees it. Any fucking new subscriber that the boy Blue is able to fucking muster up, for real, basically it takes them about 3 months max to realize that all he's doing is he's just fucking using this platform in order to get beer money or drugs. But anyways, I wanted to make mention of this, is that there are some people that are commenting in the polls that are voting for Child's Play Ninja. I have one vote myself, which that to me says something, that there is somebody that is that big of a fan of my channel that is willing to overlook everything: the Hookup, Rocks TV, the Creep Show, the Beard Speaks, Ashtrays and Action Figures, Replicon Radio, the Juggalo Show, even Tales from the Lotus podcast, who's winning right now, Wicked 101, and the Sex Files, and not even including Boy Blue into that equation. But there's that many people that are up on there, and even one person ended up saying, no, you know what, fuck that, I'm voting for Kreyz McKormik. That is the shit. No, Tucker, don't even try to fucking throw that bullshit up in there. Replicon ain't racist. The fact is that this was something that it's either Replicon Radio smoked some Jeffries and decided to throw the Boy Blue on there, or it's just that they wanted to throw him on there as a fucking joke vote. This is so fucking stupid. They should have just actually left him out of that. And they could have put anybody else up on there. Whether it be myself, Brooklyn Menace, Roxy Riddlebox. You know, I think Roxy Riddlebox ought to be up on there, because I like her content. It's actually fun to watch. You know, even Carnival Spirits as a whole. Which brought up something very interesting. Somebody ended up fucking saying in this comment section. Let me see if I can find it. There was somebody that ended up fucking saying this shit. I thought this was hilarious as fuck. It was basically along, I'm having a hard time finding it. But it was basically along the lines of saying that, it was basically saying that the reason why Carnival Spirits should not even be up on there is because every Saturday afternoon is a fucking hangout. What the fuck do you think Tales from the Lotus podcast is? It's a fucking hangout. In general, it is a fucking hangout and nothing else. Now that is some fucked up shit that somebody is that retarded to fucking say that shit. But there was a string of comments, so that I wanted to basically put up, because there's somebody in there that hates Jugganati so fucking much that they decided to suck off the Boy Blue's cock. So this was posted by Josh on January 8th, and he said, "This has to be a joke. All the good YouTubers are not even on here. What kind of bullshit is that? Rigged as fuck for Fails from the Dead Air podcast. These are all the worst, not best." But that's the whole point, Josh, is that Tales from the Lotus podcast is a very unprofessional podcast. And a guest said in reply to Josh on January 11th, my bad, "If anything is rigged, it is Replicon." Actually, throw shit. Tales from the Lotus podcast has almost 250 votes. And they're winning right now. So I ended up replying to Josh on January 11th, and I said, "CPN said at the beginning of last year that he did not want to be a part of this year's running, probably because of all the bullshit that went down between him, Chuck, and Keegan with the voting, and that I can understand. But yeah, I think that there are some people they fucking overlooked, and they shouldn't even be on the fucking list. Blue has to be a joke vote, I swear to Christ." And I said, once again, believe me, this isn't sour grapes. It just says to me that I got some work to put in next year. Which is true. Next year, like throughout this year, my intention is to actually put a little bit more focus in on the channels. I do want to eventually birth Crazy Commentaries, which is just going to be me and somebody else commentating on a fucking movie. And if the way that I do it is right, then it should be funnier than a motherfucker. But I end up getting this reply from somebody who wrote down Jugganati retard on January 13th. And he said, you can vote for anyone on this poll, so why are you complaining about Boy Blue? Oh, that's right, because you're a part of that retarded group Jugganati, and they told you to complain about Boy Blue. So this is my response to that dude, and I made this almost an hour ago. No, you inconsistent blood fart. I've been saying shit about the Boy Blue for years, way before Jugganati was even a thing. If you look at his content and even think it's deserving of any merit whatsoever, you need mental help. Because that dude basically uses a fucking camera on a laptop that is probably at least 10 years old. He's still shooting his fucking live streams in 680i. Or is it 480i? I don't know, but it's definitely not 720. It's fucking grainy as fuck. He has very poor lighting. Now, I can't necessarily say too much about the shit myself, but at least you can see me clearly when I'm recording this fucking footage. Whenever I go live stream, it still has capable fucking quality. My shit looks way more professional than his. All he does is he just does on a Google Hangout and goes live for like maybe 2 minutes max. Like, there are grindcore songs longer than some of his fucking videos. Well, thank you, Throw Shit. I appreciate it. And Big Will, I see him all the fucking time. I saw him at the DCG Con. I saw him at Hallowicked. I saw him New Year's Eve, I think. No, I don't think I saw him New Year's Eve. No, that was a different fat guy. But I did see him at the Shaggy Two-Dope show. I see Big Will all the fucking time. Big Will and I had a very important discussion at the Shaggy Two-Dope show. Talking about how he's planning to expand his fucking product over to West Michigan. That's all I'm fucking saying. Is that he plans on expanding his brand across West Michigan. And there might be something positive going on in the realm of Kreyz McKormik. That's not even speculation. That is fact. We did fucking talk about that shit. But that's about as far as I'm going to go. Until the kinks have been ironed out. I'm keeping it as far as that. And February 2nd in Flint, Michigan with Extra Overdose. Big Will's birthday bash, April 13th in Toledo, Ohio with an insane lineup. And I actually talked to Big Will about that show at Flint. You know, I ended up meeting Extra Overdose at New Year's Eve. I plan on fucking going to that shit on February 2nd in Flint. That is my intention. I should just walk up in that door and just be like, Kreyz McKormik is up in this motherfucking bitch. And Big Will will be like, yo, what up? Jugganati, blah, blah, blah. Come on in, have a drink. You know, because I'm Kreyz McKormik, motherfucker. That's how I fucking roll. But when it concerns this Replicon podcasting thing and everything like that, that's basically all I had to say about that. And it doesn't necessarily, like I said, it's not sour grapes when it it's not sour grapes when it concerns all of this shit. But I think that Replicon Radio could have done a better job with that fucking category and just let the Boy Blue out of it. Are you, like, seriously, are you just trying to fucking get people, are you trying to stir the pot with that shit? Yeah, I know, that is brilliant. Inconsistent blood fart is fucking brilliant. Yes, you get it. I vape, bro. But I ain't in it for the clouds. So nevertheless, though, it just says to me, like, okay, there were some certain times where I was inconsistent with my fucking channels and whatnot. I know they know who I am. You know, anybody who knows Child's Play Ninja probably knows who I am because he mentions me a lot. And it's not like we hide it that we're friends. You know? So next year, my intention is to be up on that bitch. I intend to try to do whatever I can to make sure that I'm going to be on that list for next year's Replicon polls. I mean, it really doesn't mean anything or anything like that, but I honestly think that the more Jugganati that end up getting fucking Replicon awards, the funnier it is. But there are going to be some other things that I think are going to end up being up on there. And this is another thing, too, that I thought about. EP Mixtape of the Year. So you have Damian Quinn with I Should Have Been Aborted, Gmo Ski with 8-Bit Filth, Razakel, Gore's Truly Extendo, Esham's Dead of Winter, Lex the Hexmaster with the Shadow King Mixtape, Keegan the Creepass, the Deuce Mixtape. I'm actually going to vote for that. I'm just going to do that just because fuck it. You know, I like Keegan. I'll give him something. And that's another thing too that, you know, Keegan's got up on there. But they've also got the super famous Fun Time guys with Super Dudes crooning the tunes, Twisted's Trick or Treat, Insane Clown Posse's Hell Cellar, and Turncoat Dirty Days of Night. So when it concerns that EP Mixtape of the Year, what I would like to know is where's Maximum Overload with the Jugganati Edition EP? Where is that? Because I know motherfucker is putting shit down. Mr. Ryan, you're so full of wrong, and you should whip yourself multiple times for a comment like that. And I'm pretty sure that Violent George, you're right. Boy Blue just keeps voting for himself because he's the only person that actually gives a fuck about his channel. But, like I was saying, when it concerns EP/Mixtape of the Year, where's Maximum Overload? As a matter of fact, let's take a look into the fucking comments. That's something that you ought to fucking do is go into EP Mixtape of the Year and write in Maximum Overload Jugganati Edition. Because I'm very sure that there is somebody else that fucking did that. Because, you know, fuck everybody else when it concerns that shit. Like, the Jugganati EP ought to be up in there. And that is another thing. That is another thing that I will try to do next year. And it seems like a lot of people are doing write-ins and fucking putting in extra overdose. But Keegan the Creepass ended up fucking getting up in there. That's fucking dope. And there's 32 votes in the write-in. But it seems like it's being neck and neck between the super famous Fun Time guys with their EP Super Dudes Crooning the Tunes at 167 votes, and Insane Clown Posse's Hell Cellar at 17% with 164 votes. In third place is Twisted with Trick or Treat. Let's see, should I buy this beer or this camera? Fuck it, beer wins. See, Brooklyn Menace, you right there have shown where your priorities lie. It's amazing that you're able to fucking record shit in 4K. But whatever, beer. I hear the boy Blue is planning on stepping up his YouTube game too. That's why he's asking for donations so he can create better quality content. And who am I kidding? He just wants money to get drunk. Echo Side Fiend is on point with that. So that is going to be another intention for Replicon Awards in 2020. Is I want my fucking name. I want my fucking name in the podcast, radio show, YouTuber, and I want my name somewhere in the EP Mixtape of the Year. Because I think that that would be the shit. And believe me, there is going to be something with my name up in that bitch next year. Even though it really doesn't matter, and I don't really care, I just want to see my name in writing. Like, that's the truth of the matter, is, like, I just really want to see my name in writing on there just for the fucking sake of it. Because I think that more Jugganati needs to be up on there. That's all it basically is.
Is this yours?
Yes, that is
Okay,
mine.
making sure.
Alright. Why are you cleaning it?
No, it was just sitting, because we have a bunch of new ones, and so I was just wondering where they came from.
Well, who else is going to have Deadpool?
Connor.
No. Connor's too young to even watch Deadpool.
I watched both of them.
Go upstairs and put a shirt on. So, yeah. I have videos saved if you need it. Let's see. Brooklyn, share the video of jump shot drop kicking Shaggy. No, what we should be concerned about is fucking Ouija Mac drop kicking fucking Bobby Rocks. Come on, everybody has seen that fucking video. Bobby Rocks coming out and he fucking does a body splash on Shaggy 2 Dope, and then Ouija comes out of fucking nowhere and drop kicks that motherfucker. Like, that was the shit. I don't give a fuck who says any different. That was fucking funny as hell, watching Ouija Mac show Shaggy how it's done and drop kick Bobby Rocks. That shit was funny to me. And, by the way, oh shit, before I, get into it, Viva La 70s with that $2 super chat, and he says, MCL crazy, get them votes, homie, hashtag 313, hashtag tacos. And I love your fucking avatar being Spicoli. That is the shit. Gnarly. Oh, bro. That is dope. But, Violent George, I gotta give Violent George props, because I met Violent George at the Shaggy show. Thank you for putting your boy Mitch in his place. So now the next time that I fucking go hang out with, well, I guess either you or hang out with fucking Sid Jones, and I have to go to that Speedway and fucking get smokes, I'm not getting carded if Mitch is, you know, I'll actually wait. If Mitch is working, I'm gonna fucking wait until I'm able to get Mitch to be my fucking clerk. And I'm just going to walk up to him and tell him that I need a pack of smooth hundreds, and he ain't going to card me, because he knows who I am. Thank you for putting your boy in his place. I appreciate that shit. So that's, let's see, if I do my fucking, fuck Taco 911, Mr. Taco, motherfucker, and I finally got some Mr. Taco, going down to Lansing for the Juggalo Unity tour. So anybody, you know, like everybody up on there, you can go ahead and say, oh man, Kreyz McKormik fucking sold out. He went to an M&E show. No, I went to a fucking Twisted show, and that's that's bullshit. No, I went to a fucking ABK show. That's how I look at it, is I went to an ABK show. But it's also the reality that I do feel that it is important for us to have this Juggalo Unity thing. And it was cool seeing a lot of Juggalos. Like, I mean, granted, it was like 65% M&E being there, but there were motherfuckers that were repping, including myself, Psychopathic and Hatchet Gear. Because I came in, I was wearing this hat, I was wearing my fucking Hollow-Wicked Riddlebox hoodie. No, it wasn't a hoodie. It was a hockey jersey. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. You can tell that the Red Bull is kicked in. Well, you look like a crystal meth version of Bob Ross. Go paint a tree and have a few happy mistakes. I don't know who the fuck you're talking to. But whatever. That doesn't matter. What matters is that Viva La 70s is the king of the super chat with $2. So what? What? Take it. Yeah, that's right. So that was another show that I ended up fucking going to, and I had fun doing that shit. It was like, as far as I had seen, it was me, Guido. Although Guido didn't make it there until like fucking God knows how long. I think Guido fucking showed up around like 11:15, and he got the tail end of the show So he made it in time. I love how Guido is willing to drive to this fucking location and fucking like I love how Guido is willing to drive up to that location and just be able to barely fucking make it. But he also shows his true colors when it concerns all of this shit in the Juggalo community and everything, and he rocks the motherfuck out of RLP. So that to me is really cool, and it's cool because of the fact that you have me who I'm trying to show support to the whole Juggalo unity thing. Echoside Fiend was there too, and he's been doing that shit ever since all of this shit went down. He's like, fuck it, I'm going to support whoever I want to support. And then you got Guido, who's dressed up RLP to the nines. He's wearing his fresh-ass fucking RLP 3.0 jacket. He's wearing an RLP shirt, an RLP fucking hat. And he's at a fucking M&E show. He don't give no fucks. And that's actually pretty dope. I like that. The fact that he ended up fucking doing that shit. And just like always, I have no fucking footage of this shit whatsoever because I'm too busy enjoying the show rather than fucking being one of those assholes with their fucking cameras and trying to record this shit or put it live on fucking Facebook for everybody to see. Why are you doing that? They are not paying for the show. They should not be watching this shit. You're giving them reason for these motherfuckers to not get paid. I'm just saying. If there's anybody that should be fucking posting that stuff up on there, it's the fucking pillow-handed motherfucker with the green froey mohawk. And that's exactly what he did. Dustin did his fucking job. And I know because I was there, I saw him fucking putting it up on live. Speaking of pillow hands, I want to say something. When it concerns me and Echoside Fiend, Echoside's homie, Knowledge the MC, he ended up performing at that shit, and Echoside's right, Knowledge the MC did tear that shit up. I ended up getting a free mixtape out of this situation. And I guess Knowledge ended up coming out with a new album, and Echoside Fiend needed to fucking buy it. So me and Echoside are standing in front of Knowledge the MC's fucking booth, and he's, I get a free mixtape, he gets a free mixtape, he buys a fucking album, and what ends up happening is, hold on, what? Hi, what do you want? Yeah? Put on a shirt. No, I'm gonna need you to get back into that shirt.
Give me what shirt?
I don't care what shirt it is. I don't care if you wear a shirt that says shit happens if you party naked. Just put on a shirt. I don't need topless young boys fucking being up in my live stream. Okay? It makes my podcast look like a dirty version of the Vatican.
Sorry, guys.
So anyways, like I was saying, so me and Echoside Fiend sitting there, standing in front of the merch booth, and the M&E guys are trying to close a curtain and stuff, and I feel this very soft, feels like this guy uses Dove Handle Ocean hand on my fucking shoulder, and I turn around and it's Dustin, and he's like, hey guys, once you're done, could you please move to the other side of the curtain? We're trying to get things ready for the show. Sure thing, pillow hands! And that's exactly what we fucking did. We moved. I mean, he was nice and cordial about it, but man, that dude uses Dove Hand Lotion for real. It was the softest hand that I ever felt in my entire life. And women have a very feminine touch. Even when they're fucking rubbing my shoulders and shit. Dustin's was not fucking... Dustin's was smoother. And that to me was funny. I even told Echoside about that after we fucking got out of the way. I was like, was that Dustin? And did he put his hand on your shoulder? Didn't it feel nice and soft and fluffy? And that's the God's truth. It is. It is soft and fluffy. It feels like a fucking down pillow. Like, no, actually, no. It feels like a My Pillow is what it feels like. You're right, Will. I probably won't show. Thing is, most likely be a sausage fest with a few attractive girls being in a relationship. That doesn't stop a motherfucker from getting some pussy, Tucker. Come on. That doesn't stop a motherfucking thing. See, Echo Side right there confirms pillow hands exist. Dude, Echo Side, he put his hand on my shoulder. It felt like a fucking massage. Like, I just wanted to put my head on his fucking hand and just take a nap, but he asked me to move, so I decided to just be a fucking trooper and not give the guy shit, but as soon as I was out of eye and earshot of Dustin, the first thing I thought was, oh my god, was that pillow hands? And the entire night, too. Even before I even knew that Dustin was even there. And this also can be confirmed by Echo Side. Like, if he had a beer for every fucking time that I yelled, fuck your phone, at that show, he probably would have been drunk to a sobering point. He would have drank that much. And the entire night, I was yelling, fuck your phone. Every time I saw somebody go live on Facebook, I'm like, fuck your phone. What did I do? I was sitting up on Facebook during acts that I could have cared less about. And instead of posting this shit live, I was more concerned about the shit that fucking Snaps was posting because that shit was hilarious. I was more concerned about what people were posting on Facebook rather than posting live shit. And I'll never do that. I will never fucking post a live show. To me, that devalues the concert. The people that watch these live streams, they don't care about whether or not you're having a good time. They're just getting a free fucking concert show. I will never post that shit on my fucking channel. I will never post that shit on Instagram. I will never post that shit on Twitter, Periscope, or Facebook, ever. Because to me, that devalues everything that fucking goes on when it concerns the concert. Nobody cares about what it is that you're doing. All they're caring about is getting a free show. And that is the one thing that really hurts the artist in and of itself. You want to go to the concert? Save up the money and fucking go. Granted, I owe Echo Side Fiend about $115 for some of the shit that I've had to go through. But I intend to pay him back, and he knows I'm good with my word. So, to me, my presence was still justified, and my presence was still paid for, and my presence was still causing money to go into the pockets of the artists that I care about. What up, Yo-Yo? For real, like if it was like me and I went to a fucking show for free, I still would not fucking go. Sid Jones invited me to go to that fucking New Year's Eve party for Lars in Allen Park for New Year's Eve. I still didn't fucking post any live shit. As far as I'm concerned, that devalues the concert. It dilutes the fucking YouTube shit. What the fuck is the point in going to a show so you can record it live? Oh, look at me, I'm having such a fun time. Oh, selfie mode. Oh, look. Hey, what's going on, y'all? I'm here. We out of here, fam. Fuck out of here with that shit. I'm angry if you can't fucking tell. The only thing that I'm actually worth posting when it concerns that shit is just saying, you know what? I'm here. I'm here having a good time. I'm enjoying myself. You will be at the show Sunday with Roxy Riddlebox. Don't post anything live or I'm going to fucking slap you through the phone. As a matter of fact, I won't even watch it. I refuse, outright refuse to actually fucking watch anything where somebody is recording a live session. I don't care how much of a friend you are, and I don't care how much of a supporter I am of your channel. I will not watch your live stream. I love you, but fuck you if that's how you roll. So, how about them Cowboys? The reality is that I don't give a fuck about the Cowboys. I think it's hilarious about how many fucking people give a fuck about football. I will say that. To me, it's absolutely fucking hilarious. Oh, and I do have a short, quick announcement to make. So I've been stuck on playing this game, and I just beat it last night. This game, as much as I love Final Fantasy, this game is boring as fuck, and I am going to hate myself for fucking reviewing this on my gaming channel. I would much rather play Jaws, which has been another game that I've been fucking stuck on, you know what I'm saying? Because that game is boring as whale shit, and it's repetitive as fuck. But I would much rather play Jaws at this point. Go Pats. You know, it doesn't matter what team you like, everybody hates Tom Brady. Hashtag Deflategate. I post my concert footage for fish to like every other sheep online. Yeah, see, like, I don't like watching live streams where it's somebody at a fucking concert, because most of the time, when you're watching that shit, most of the time, this is all you're hearing. Boom, 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 boom. That's all you hear is the bass, and it's like, durr, durr, durr. You just beat it last night and you're holding a microphone now. Ew. That's your opinion. I don't know why that's in your head. Why, Tucker, why do you have the image of me jerking off in your head? Why? I would severely like to know this. Why is my dick on your mind? Yes, Echoside Fiend, Jaws is an LJN game. As a matter of fact, I have a lot of LJN games. So there is that. I did end up recently getting a couple of new games. Echoside Fiend. Now I gotta show you this one. Because remember the last time that you and I ended up going and taking a look at video games, and I ended up having to pass up on one Sega game that I really wanted, but instead I ended up picking up Road Rash. Look what I got now, motherfucker. Because I think you picked this up because I didn't. And now I've got it. It's mine. I have Comic Zone, and I've already beaten it. So, you know, I've already done a live stream on that one. And then there's a couple of other ones that I have decided to buy just because I need to slice my wrists every now and again because I hate myself. Like, I got this one because I was in a position in life where I hated myself. Although, no, the reality is that the only reason why I got this game, Batman Forever for the Sega Genesis, is because it comes complete CIB, if this motherfucker will actually open. So it comes complete in box, with the manual and the game, and I bought it at loose price. Because the Gaming Warehouse doesn't know how to fucking price things, and that's the facts. Oh yeah. So I ended up going down to Kalamazoo, Portage area, and I ended up having a dinner with my parents, my ex-wife, and all of our kids. And right next door to the Chinese food place that we went to, and I hate Chinese food, but I wanted to go there because I wanted to make my ex-wife uncomfortable, which worked. And so I ended up going, and right next door was this place called Fanfare, and I was like, let's see, isn't streaming a game like streaming a concert? I can't enjoy the game you're playing. Well, then don't watch my shit. I don't give a fuck. I don't think it's like that because I already bought the game. Like, I bought the game. You're watching not to play the game, but you're watching to see me get irate because of the game. I'm not getting a Nightbot. Nightbot is an asshole. Now, so I ended up going to Fanfare. And, I mean, most of the stuff that they had there was fucking board games and card games and stuff like that. And there was a really small fucking little section. And when I say really small, I mean all it was it was just like the glass countertop. And a very small portion of the glass countertop that actually had fucking video games in it. They had like PS3, PS4, Xbox 360, and Xbox One games on the shelves, and there weren't very many of them, like a total of 7 games from like the last 3 generations. And so I took a look at some of the games that they had in the fucking glass countertop, and I came across 2 of them that I just had to have, even though I lost money technically by buying these fucking gems. This is the first one, Paperboy for the regular NES. Granted, it does not look anything like the fucking arcade game. I don't care. It's fucking Paperboy. It's a gem and it's a classic. And I still can't fucking get past Tuesday in this motherfucker. So that's going to be something for you guys to watch. Me getting pissed off at fucking Paperboy. And then, the other game that I ended up picking up was Taz in Escape from Mars. The whole premise of the game is that Marvin the Martian fucking kidnaps Taz because he's considered a rare Earth creature, and he's trying to pick up Taz for the zoo that they are putting on Mars, and Taz breaks out, and he has to go from planet to planet to try to get back home to Earth. And this game is fucking horrible. Granted, I don't know what company ended up making this game, but it is kind of a fun game to play. I like the design and the style. The animation of the game itself is fun to watch, but the controls are hellacious. It doesn't have like a 6-button configuration or anything like that, but I actually modded the Retron 5 to make it so I can play this game flawlessly with a Super NES controller. Because let's face it, the Super NES controller is much more ergonomic than the Sega Genesis controller. I would much rather have that. But I have a lot of other games that I've picked up in the last month. Some of them are good, most of them are bad. Some of them are classics, and some of them I just want to fucking kill myself over. This next one is an LJN game that I know a lot of people really don't fucking like LJN games, but this is one of those games that I actually ended up having in my youth. So this one, Who Framed Roger Rabbit? An LJN game that was based off of my favorite movie as a kid. And you can't blame me because Jessica Rabbit's in it. Now, a little piece of information. Somewhere in this game, there is a thing where you're supposed to find a 1-800 number in order to get clues and tips from Jessica Rabbit herself. And since that game has been released, that phone number that you find is actually now a sex hotline. Now that's some funny shit. Way to go, laughing, joking numbnuts. Trying to get that shit taken care of. let's see. Also, I ended up picking up a couple other ones. So this now, like before I continue on with these next ones, I'm gonna tell you this. Back in the day, there was a store when Nintendo was prominent and everything. There was a store in Lansing, Michigan that I used to go to all the time called Castle Photo. Now, granted, it was a huge market for new and used camcorders and cameras and things like that, additional peripherals and what have you. They also did have a small section where they had a bunch of used and new Nintendo games. And their policy was that either A, you could buy the used or new games, or you could do trade-ins, where you would get 2 carts, you would get 1 cart used, and trade it for 2 carts that you owned. So you would give them 2 carts and they'd give you 1. And then they had a thing where if you gave them 3 carts, then they'd give you 1 brand new out the box, all of that other shit, still in its shrink wrap and all of that other shit. And I abused this as a kid. I had no idea the concept of everything that was going on. And before you knew it, I was down to 2 fucking games. Who Framed Roger Rabbit being one of them, and the other one ended up being River City Ransom. And River City Ransom is actually probably, out of the 2, the more fun game out of the 2. I loved the fuck out of River City Ransom, and I enjoyed playing Roger Rabbit, despite the fact that they had the long fucking passwords for both of the games. I didn't give a fuck. They were fun, and I enjoyed them. And I utilized the Game Genie in order to fucking beat the shit. But now, as you know, I called that number back in the day. It was an old Nintendo Power tip line. Well, now it's a porno line, which is funny. So, anyways, so I have a bunch of other games that, you know, a lot of people would really care about, you know, because of their youth and everything. These are 2 of them that I picked up. Double Dragon and Double Dragon 3. I already have Double Dragon 2. It's actually in the category in the house of I owe my mom for this shit, you know, because of my loan. But these games that I'm showing you are not on the list. These are new games that do not cooperate with the whole thing with the list. And I found those at a disc replay. So that's cool that I got that. Another couple of them that I came across, and like I might as well just tell you right now, they're both LJN games, and it's Back to the Future and Back to the Future 2 and 3. So if you really want to see how much I hate myself, then you're gonna enjoy the fuck out of watching me hate these games live. Let's see, the next 2 games, they don't really have anything to do with the other. Yeah, which is weird, Tucker, because I got Double Dragon 2 for $4.99. Both Double Dragon and Double Dragon 3, like, I got Double Dragon for $9.99, and I got Double Dragon 3 at $14.99. And Double Dragon 3 fucking sucks, because they only give you 1 life, and it's fucking stupid. No, what's mean to you? I ain't doing that shit. I'm wise to not do that type of stuff because I don't want to get in the same situation as Monkey Jones. So anyways, the next game that I have to show you, this one I actually really like. This one I ended up getting as a birthday present alongside Metroid when I was 6 years old. The game is called Clash at Demon Head. The idea behind the game is that you have to get 5 medallions, and the medallions are used to disarm a bomb that is going to destroy the entire world, which is on the top of a fucking mountain, and that's actually the cool shit about the game. The downside of the game is how repetitive the fucker is, and instead of levels, you have to go through routes. That's the one thing that really makes things annoying, because you go through basically aimless, and at some point you've ended up bumping into somebody that says, hey, meet me on Route 33 if you want to throw down. Well, how the fuck do you get to Route 33? They have no idea. You have basically no idea on how to get there. So you have to go through, like, you could probably be playing this game for like 4 or 5 hours. Just to try to beat the fucking game. I think I got it narrowed down to 3 at some point. Now this one, I think all y'all motherfuckers and motherfuckettes out there will really like. Especially since we're all fans of Tim Burton here. Well, we got to get a video game based off of Tim Burton's Batman. And I still can't beat the fucking Joker. I need a Game Genie in order to beat the fucking Joker. I've been having a very hard time trying to figure out how to beat the fucking Joker in Batman. Joker will not die. Now, I've beaten this game, but I've used the Game Genie in order to do it. I just have a hard time trying to get up to fucking Joker. And what really sucks is that it's level 5, and it's only 1 or 2. I actually have Willow. I do have Willow for the NES. That was a game that I was really looking for, and I enjoyed it. I mean, it's one of those games that's like, you know, it's kind of linear, non-linear. It's kind of like that. It's not very sandboxy. I mean, it basically tells you, hey, this is where, you know, you got to go here, blah, blah, blah. But it is what it is. But Batman, I got this. Now, I did end up hearing that, you know, Return of the Joker was better. And it's not necessarily canon or anything like that. But I'm willing to give it a shot. I think other than that, like, I think for 16-bit, like, the best fucking... I use the boomerangs on fucking Joker. It's not as easy as you think. But there is that. Let's see. What else can I throw in your face? Okay. Here's 2 more that I got. I can't beat the dude that looks like Deadpool. Oh, at the very end, like right before you fight the Joker? Yeah. Yeah, that dude is tough. So, continuing on with sequels. Check this out. A little fuzzy on the thing. But, yeah. What you know about that? Now the fuzzy's on my finger. Oh, it's back on the game. Get off of me. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game. Now, once again, it doesn't look anything like the fucking arcade game. It does have the feel to it-ish. But some of them are, you know, like some of the controls on it. It's very hard to fucking do the specialty move. Like where you take the nunchucks and you're like, wah, rather than just meh. But still a fun game. And it's cool, you know, seeing this. If you look in the back, like you can see a number stamped on it, so you know it's legit. And then other than that game, oh, this one for you know, people who applied to Master Race way back in the day. Maniac Mansion. This game was fun. Just trying to figure out, okay, so like the whole point of it is I don't know. But you have to go through and you're like trying to save your friend or something like that. You got like 5 or 6 characters that each have their own strengths and weaknesses. Like some of them can like mix chemicals together without killing themselves. Some of them can play music and things of that nature. Like you have to basically just dive into the game and figure it out. But it's one of those click and point type of games where you have to click in order to actually fucking move the shit around. I liked playing Manhattan Project, but the problem with that is like I think it's like $44.99 right now.
Everyone's laid down.
What's that?
Everybody's laid down.
All right. Good night.
Okay.
So yeah, that like, but yeah, it's like $44.99 right now. Manhattan Project is one of them rare gems. Let's see. Obviously, I told you about Jaws. Now, this one I actually ended up just playing at Sid Jones's house. just for the sake of whatever, because I needed to beat it. And it's Kirby's Adventure for the regular NES. I remember playing this when I first got it, like a long time ago. Kirby's Adventure was one of the few games that came in during the tail end of the regular NES run. Like, I think that game came out in '92, I think. I'm not 100%. Nevertheless, though, you know, like, this game did come in at the tail end. Here's another game that I ended up getting. Excite Bike. Now, you know, obviously, I mean, granted, it's a black box game and everything, and Excite Bike is rather easy to pick up and everything, but I have not seen the 5-screw version. So you can tell which one it is because it doesn't have the clips on the top. Bionic Commando NES was about Hitler and Nazis, but they changed the name for American releases to Bads and Ultimate X. I heard about that. See, the last game that I have right now for the NES collection, I mean, I have all 3 Mario games, so I have to pick up Dr. Mario. So the only Mario games that I do not have are Mario's Time Machine, Mario is Missing, and Yoshi. Oh yeah, and Yoshi's Cookie. Those are the only Mario-based games that I do not have at this moment. For the Super NES, on the other hand, I also bought this online. Even though I have this for the regular NES, I still decided to buy Miss Pac-Man for the Super Nintendo. I have a memory very close to my heart for that one, so I had to pick that up. And then this one I had to pick up based off of fucking Redemption because I ended up seeing this at a flea market and I didn't even pick it up. So I had to pick this motherfucker up. So I picked up Donkey Kong Country, and this is going to be one of those games that I'm going to end up playing live on my main channel at some point in time. Now there's also one other Super NES game that I have to pick up, that I picked up, but this one's a little bit different. It's F-Zero for the Super Nintendo, but it's the PAL version. This is the one that you pick up in Europe. I ended up finding somebody ended up having this for, you know, somebody ended up selling a bunch of their PAL Super NES games. And that was one of the ones that I ended up picking up. Now, granted, I'm not opposed to PAL, but I would prefer it if it was the American release, because at least the American release has the fucking labels on the top. At least they have top labels. And I would prefer to have top labels. And the last 2 games that I have are for Sega Genesis, and these are the ones that I swear to God, these are one of those games that just make me want to fucking kill myself. First one being NHL 95 from EA Sports. This was around the time that they were just starting to get into making these games and stuff. So yeah, this is all based off of the NHL. But I don't even know what to fucking say about the controls on this game. God, I miss Mutant League Hockey. At least that one had good, decent controls. And the last one that I ended up picking up, the very last one that I ended up picking up, is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers for the Sega Genesis. I have never played this one. I've always played the one for Super Nintendo. And goddamn it, I wish I got the one for Super Nintendo. It would have been a lot better for me and my mentality if I just got the Super Nintendo version of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Because at least that way I'd be able to play as fucking Tommy. And like the problem with the Sega Genesis version, the main problem with the Sega Genesis version is that it's a fighting game. That's it. And I have no idea how to use abilities or anything of that nature. The only thing that I know how to do is fucking shoot their gun, and that only goes so far. Like, shooting their gun is like fucking throwing in a Hadouken. And the fucking controls on that is just so fucking cringe. I can't do anything with that game. Now, that's just a tip of the iceberg when it concerns my fucking collection. These are just the ones that I don't owe my mother money on. So, there's that. And to be perfectly honest, as of right now, I'm really just buying for time. You know what I'm saying? I'm just basically trying to just keep the ball rolling as best as I can. But the reality is that I really don't have much else to fucking say at this point. I got that game at Pizza Hut, no lie. Oh, talking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? No, dude, fuck the game. You know what I ended up getting at Pizza Hut involving Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? The Coming Out of Their Shells album. Granted, I destroyed it because at some point or another, like, that was the only cassette that I ever owned, and listening to it over and over and over and over again. And, like, there's only so many times I can hear, out of our shells, we're coming out of our shells. You know, and so, like, I ended up recording Ninja Rap over that, like, right off the fucking movie. So when they weren't playing Ninja Rap in the foreground or the background, I would pause it, and then I'd record it again when Ninja Rap was playing. I didn't give a fuck about the Coming Out of Their Shell song. But now I get to listen to it on fucking Google, so I get to listen to that album again and fucking stab myself in the throat. You know, to distract myself from the pain. And yes, Yo-Yo is correct. I have a lot of games. As a matter of fact, I think, as of right now... Oh, shit. Gotta wait for this. It's $3.50. It's that Tree Fiddy from Spooky Tuesday saying Tecmo Bowl was my favorite, and you gotta love Duck Hunt. Which is true. You do. Because if not, you're a fucking Nazi. Unfortunately, though, because...
What do you want from us, monster?
Shit. There it is.
I need about 350.
I've been waiting on that. I need about 350. What do you want from us, monster? Need about 350. Thank you. So shout out once again to Spooky Tuesday for that 350. So Mickey Mousecapade was your shit. Like, I actually saw that in the store the other day. I just didn't pick it up. Oh shit! And Spooky Tuesday is now king of the super chat. I don't know why the super chat isn't working on the stream boss. That's something that I might have to look into. Let's see here. Stream boss. Let's see. It's on top of my Juggalo CD tower. I did actually see Mickey Mousecapade in the store. I just didn't buy it. Like, I figure, you know, that's probably going to be one of those games that I'll pick up in the near future. But, you know, it is what it is. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why it's not working. Let's see. Oh. Well, something got switched up. Okay. Well, that changes things up now. Okay. It just reset it. But nevertheless. Let's see. The Coming Out of Their Shells tour show is on YouTube. I watched it just a few months ago. Oh, God. I need to tear that apart because it's horrible. Like, the whole, like, looking at it now as an adult, the whole Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle craze as a fucking, you know, craze and everything back in the 80s and early 90s. Like, how in the fuck did we actually think that these motherfuckers were real? You know? I remember when I was in first grade, I ended up going down to Orlando, Florida for Disneyland, and they ended up having a fucking like a little show, a show and dance over by Toontown in Disney World, and I got pissed off because I didn't have enough time to get fucking get autographs from all four turtles and April, so we had to sit for a half an hour to watch it again, so I could get all of their autographs. Why I did that, I don't know. I mean, you know, I'm a kid, so looking back at it though, I'm just like, God, I was a kind of a douche. Even as a kid, I was kind of an asshole. I should have said something about that. But, oh yeah, so let's see. When it concerns Duck Hunt, I have 2 copies of Duck Hunt, the 3-screw and the 5-screw version of Duck Hunt. And Tecmo Bowl, I don't have yet, but honestly, I like Tecmo Super Bowl a lot more. I don't know why, it just looked a little bit more fitting as a football game than Tecmo Bowl. Like, all the guys on Tecmo Bowl just looked so much bigger than they did on Tecmo Super Bowl, so it didn't look, you know, and then seeing how cartoony everybody was when they were getting knocked down was just weird to me. Some friends and I got that on pay-per-view. It was awesome at the time, but good grief, is it ever horrible by today's standards. Watch, like, the Coming Out of the Shells tour, like, fucking video cassette, where, like, all of these guys are fucking setting up the shit, and the turtles are just walking around like they're actual people. It would have been cool, though, if it was just like a documentary talking about, you know, how they made the costumes and all that other shit, but no, apparently a lot of people thought, you know, it would be a better idea if the turtles were real and they interacted with the fucking prop guys and shit like that. Like, what the fuck? So, yeah. Unfortunately, like I was saying, when it concerns Duck Hunt, unfortunately, like, the way that the Retron 5 is set up, I'm not able to use the fucking zapper in order to play the game. So, I have to have an actual Nintendo, and I also have to have a tube TV in order to fucking watch, in order to actually play the fucking games. Which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Eventually, I probably will end up getting another tuber TV, so that way I can, you know, like a CRT. I'm going to have to get a CRT at some point, just so that way I can play these fucking games. And then get a regular NES and fucking have it, you know, I don't know, maybe modify the HDMI or something like that, although I heard that costs, like, a lot of money. It costs like $60 now to get a regular NES, and then it's going to cost me like another $60, $75 in order to make it HDMI compatible. Annoying as fuck. I guess it is what it is, though. But it's the HDMI capabilities that makes it a lot harder for you to be able to use the gun anyways. Just because of the way that the games were designed. Just bear with me a second. I'm trying to check something because I'm supposed to be talking to my Patreon guy about well, possibly fucking meeting up just to fucking chat and whatnot. And for some reason this is not loading. I love the part when the Shredder does a straight up insult comedy roast on the crowd. He gets pretty brutal at points, but it's hilarious. You know, to be perfectly honest, I never really watched the fucker. I didn't even know it existed until I saw it was being reviewed. Crazy, are you interested in a mint-condition stadium events for NES, Little Samson by Capcom, NES, and Nintendo World Championships? Gray from a tourney I went to in 1990. If you actually have them, maybe, but I just don't have money, so if you're just going to give them to me, then that'd be great. Because believe me, I know how much stadium events is new. I know how much Little Samson is new, and I know how much the Nintendo World Championships gray cart, let alone the gold cart, I know how much all of those are worth, and I don't have that fucking money. Not to mention, you're not the first person who fucking came up to me about that shit. CPN ended up fucking doing the same thing months ago. See, some friends I got on that pay-per-view. Oh, yeah. I still have that tape right here. Oh, shit. Oh, that's what you were talking about. You're talking about having that fucking cassette. Splinter had a song called Skipping Stones. Yeah, and April had a ballad. I remember that. As a matter of fact, I actually looked it up on Google Play, and that shit is still there. Like, you can count on us. The whole fucking album is on Google Play Music. I have some NES games in an original unit. I don't have an original unit. Yeah, I know that. Tucker, I know the difference between the gray cart and the gold ones. And, you know, it has the dip switches on the gray cart. It didn't have it on the gold cart, and those blue repro carts are just fucking pathetic. That's one thing, too, that I ended up learning when it concerns trying to build your collection. Like, if you're buying stuff on eBay, do not, under any circumstances, buy anything that's coming in from China. I actually came into a good realization with that. If you're going to buy anything from Nintendo, make sure it's either somewhere in the United States or Japan. Do not buy anything on eBay from China, because that is guaranteed a repro. And you can tell. Like, if you're looking for authentic shit, that is one thing that I will definitely say to you. I know, right? What's Mario Brothers Arcade Classics series? Why is Mario blue? I have no fucking idea. Okay. I think I know what you're talking about. The original, like, just Mario Brothers, where it's like the co-op game and you have to fucking punch underneath the fly or the crab or the turtle or whatever. Yeah. See, I have an NES demo unit that used to be in the Toys R Us back in the day. Nice. Apparently, Tucker is under the assumed name, and Tucker is really the real fucking Pat the NES punk. See, trying to see if there's anything else that I can show off. I mean, these are the only other things that I can really show off. And this is the stuff that I love to show off. Which is like, okay, I admittedly am a Final Fantasy mark to a point where I actually had to get carts from Japan to complete my Final Fantasy collection. So these are Final Fantasy 2 and 3 from Japan. And then I also have Final Fantasy 5 from Japan. Now, a lot of people would probably be like, well, what's the point in that? You might as well get, like, Final Fantasy Chronicles, Final Fantasy Anthology, shit like that. Well, here's the thing. For one, I already paid for this shit, so I really don't need to get the PlayStation versions. Secondly, the Retron 5 actually has a thing that you can do in order to add patches on the motherfuckers and make it so you can actually patch these games with English translations, so I can actually play the game in fucking English. That's going to be a good staple, I think, for my channel. And plus, you know, I want to add some of those games to that because, well, I have not played Commando. There's a lot of Arnold Schwarzenegger games that I have not played. Like, I haven't played Commando. I haven't played Predator. I have played Terminator and Terminator 2. And I have played Total Recall. But I can never get past that point where you get your ass to Maz. And after that, I don't know what to do. Like, I'm assuming that you gotta try to fucking find your way through to get to Venusville, but that's about as far as I know. Like, I know how to go through the first 2 levels in Total Recall, but that's about it. That's another game that I need to pick up at some point. No one believed me, but when my first NES started to shit the bed, it had a co-op game with Mario and Luigi on level 1-1 and played up to the castle before it jammed. Yeah, like, I can agree. That is rather fucking hard to believe. I will say that. Alright, hold on a second. I ended up getting a message from somebody. They were like, show this on the stream. Oh man, this might be something that I'm gonna have to. Oh yep. This is fucking hilarious. I am gonna have to fucking send this on the. Send a pic on your messenger. Show that shit. I can't. I'm looking at it right now, and I'm having a hard time fucking accepting this, Timmy. Like Echo Side Fiend ended up sending me a fucking picture, so I'm gonna have to fucking copy this and add it on. So bear with me on this one, because this might, this might take me a minute, depending on the internet connection and whatnot. So okay. All right, so bear with me a second, Timmy, and I'll fucking throw it up on there. Okay. Let's see, where did that go? Okay, so let's see, let's try this again. Oh, crap. Okay. Shit, I'm gonna have to save this. Alright, and that's saved. Alright, just bear with. I'm gonna try to load this up. Alright, so let me see. Where did it save to? God damn it. Okay. Alright. Now I know where it's at. Ah, there it is. Okay. So, alright. For viewing pleasure. Everybody get ready to fucking make fun of this motherfucker, because this is actually kind of funny. So, alright, y'all ready for this shit? Y'all ready for this? Alright, I'm wasting enough time. Check this out. Fucking Timmy ended up, Echo Side Fiend ended up posting this shit. What the fuck? He decided to fucking show me that he still has his copy of the Coming Out of the Shells on cassette. That's rather fucking hilarious, man. That is rather fucking hilarious. Look at him. He's like he looks all proud and shit. If Crazy gets 100 tonight, I'll streak on a live stream. Dude, that's a B7 on your fucking account. You don't want to do that. Besides, everybody's not being gross enough tonight. But nevertheless, though, yeah, that was actually pretty funny to see that. Just the look on your face, man. Just the look on your fucking face. You're just like, I am so proud I have this. Turtle power, motherfucker. Shit. Fucking noisiness. People are getting noisy up in there. But alright. So, okay. As a matter of fact, you know what? I've been on here for what? About an hour and a half? Yeah, a little over an hour and a half. So I think I'm going to actually get out of here. Because for one, I've spent a lot of time. And two, I might be noisy enough to where everybody's not able to go to sleep. So with that being said, thank you to everybody that was in the chat. Shout outs to my fucking patrons, Spooky Tuesday, Rick So Rude, D Venom, for your shout outs. Thank you to everybody that was in the chat. Thank you to everybody that was watching. And I gotta give a shout out once again to Echo Side Fiend for that very fucking cheesy picture of you smiling with that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cassette. That's the shit. You've had that shit since 7th grade. I got mine when I was in like 1st grade, I think. I think that was the same year I went to Disney World. But I ended up destroying my copy. But it's all good anyways because I get to listen to it on the motherfucker. I don't care about my YouTube. If Crazy gets $100, I'll do a streak video. So let's see if let's see how many motherfuckers I can actually get donating while I'm offline. And I will fucking, if I get up to $100, I will show a fucking screenshot, and Tucker will have to oblige by his fucking offer. So, who wants to see Tucker get naked? Send me some fucking money. Alright, with that being said, I'm out this motherfucking bitch. And Spooky Tuesday with Tree Fiddy, king of the super chat. Check out all my links and shit in the description below. Alright, I'm out this bitch. Deuces. Oh yeah, I forgot I took it out of studio mode. What the fuck? Okay, for real this time though. Deuces.